Defeat fear and rise to the light. Aspire Ina's Tale is a beautiful metaphorical journey told through a puzzle platformer with striking visuals. Welcome to a new game review. I'm Cleo and here's my entry for the Qubic Winter Fest contest, an initiative by Qubic Games, Untold Tales, Naptime Games, All In Games and Tate Multimedia. Today I want to talk about a recently published game by Untold Tales and developed by Wondernaut Studios. The 2D adventure Aspire Ina's Tale will immerse you into mystical wandering filled with puzzles and deep characters. The little girl, Ina, suddenly wakes up in the living tower she was trapped all of her life, dreaming and being protected by any danger. But as soon as she comes back to her senses, a strong desire of freedom grows into her chest. She needs to find a way out. That's how our 2 to 3 hours escape begins. You'll be the one in charge of guiding Ina through the huge tower and lead her to the light. The different areas, from the wonderful castle halls to the creepy undergrounds, portray the idea of a dreamlike and safe place that is also a prison for our protagonist. During this adventure, you'll be required to solve many simplistic puzzles and run away from the monsters that live inside the tower. The gameplay isn't really hard and it pushes more on the adrenalinic run against time more than the difficulty of the puzzles. It's a different approach, but not a bad one at all. While most of the puzzles are quite easy, they require you to activate platforms or swing on vines, move blocks around to create a rise, etc. You will need to keep a cool head if you want to survive all the enemies you face using the power of light as a shield. Distracting them with light is the first step, but you also need good timing and a strategy if you want to reach the other side unharmed. The boss fights are full of suspense and excitement. Stirring music starts to play, but Ina's movements seem too low to escape the monsters around her. This gives the idea of a real challenge to the last second. On the other hand, commands aren't that responsive because you need to stay on the exact spot to interact with some objects, and it can be tricky if you're in a hurry. But anyway, this game will definitely attract all the fans of Gris, Limbo, Inside, with less jump scare than this last two, but a really similar gameplay and stunning visuals. The atmosphere the artist has created in Aspire Ina's Tale is incredible, especially in those dreamlike transitions with mirrors and crystals that really blew my mind. The character design is really good, it kinda reminds me of Tarot somehow. The soundtrack is another fundamental element in this game that seems more focused on the sensations it makes the player feel more than the actual game features. The music perfectly fits the mood of each area of the tower and moves along with the character. I would have liked even more of those beautiful songs. Aspire Ina's Tale is a really good indie platform adventure available for less than $15, also on Nintendo Switch. Recommended to all the puzzle game lovers and to those who love nice graphics and insightful narration. Discover the story of Ina, the heart, and follow her through the journey that will give her freedom from the system that locked her in the deepest part of the tower. In my opinion, this is an anthem to fragility, to accept to be hurt by the world. It doesn't matter whatever strikes the heart, it will come back and try again until it's finally free to experience the outside world and find itself. Based on all the aspects of this game, I give it a solid 8 out of 10.